I am Ayuna Shagdurova. I'm a documentary photographer. My previous practice was about exploring my own cultural side, exploring my roots and my connection to my people, to Buryat people. But here in Europe, I probably do the same. I explore cultures by other people, and I just observe, find interesting details and nuances, and those nuances that tell stories, and I capture them. My world changed a lot 3 years ago when full invasion of Russia into Ukraine started. And after that, and also after I left Russia, I met a lot of people, artists from many points of the world, indigenous artists, those artists who are in exile, at risk. And I learned a lot. I found that I was I was in a bubble. I didn't know much about struggles, but now I struggle a bit myself, not very much, but a bit. And I see how other people, how strong they are and how they manage to not just survive, but also create. And I also see how creation and art help them to go through these hard times. I love things that are hidden, maybe things that we see in our everyday life, in our routine, and they become very normal, so normal that we don't pay attention to them anymore. So I just love simple details and nuances, just as I said. But also I love beauty, and I believe that you can find beauty in anything, in every city, in every person, in every connection. There is some beauty, and it brings me a lot of joy when I find it, and it's even more joyful when I'm able to share this beauty with others. I find inspiration in similarities, but also in how similar we are, but also in how different we are, and it's just. I find inspiration in other stories, but also I try to see and look and watch and observe a lot of stuff, and I try to listen to different opinions, and sometimes it's very hard sometimes it's hard to be open to different kind of ideas. But I believe I would like myself to be open and to find inspiration in all these millions of books, articles, researches, and even TikToks. It usually takes a lot of time for me to find an idea. So what I do, I just put myself in a situation, I just go and explore. And then eventually, at one point, an idea starts to shape. And then I talk to people, friends, colleagues, and usually other people help to shape this idea for me. That's why I do documentary photography. That's why I started doing this. I just started taking pictures of what already is going on. So I didn't have to create any concept or idea. I was just taking photos of things that I love and that I find beautiful. And then afterwards I was thinking about what it is all about. So I know this method is not it's not the best one, but this is my method. Maybe roots, all different kind of roots. I'm very interested in them. I'm very interested in my own family. I mean, I find a lot of strength and support and energy in understanding that I'm not alone, and I have this big family that goes in depth but also width. And I think it's interesting to find all different kind of roots in every society or in every new place I am in. I became better. Just practice. Practice makes perfect, but also watching other photographers, of course. I mean, I think this is most two things. You practice and you take photos more, but also you watch more, and it helps. Now I feel that I may be too influenced by some photographers, and the way I edit photos is very similar to how other photographers edit them, but it's just a modern look of photography, I guess. But yeah, there are a number of people that I really love, and I really love how they can tell stories which are incredibly beautiful, but also very important in terms of media, social, in terms of news, in terms of human rights. So I would like to do something like that, to tell important stories in an appealing way. I think in this world, artists should use their voices to talk about things that other people don't talk about, or they should support people who are suffering, or those who need help, or those who have different kind of struggles. I know that my work at the moment is not exactly like that, but I would like to do more, to be more conscious about politics and about the state of the world. There are artists, I don't remember their names. There is one Russian artist. She makes very cool art. It's that criticizes Russian regime. And maybe I don't want to be that straightforward as this artist is, but I find a lot of, I find this work very interesting and inspiring. Okay, here at the residency, it was my first time working with objects. I only was working with photos or photo books or other forms of photo in media. But now I'm also creating little objects. They also include photography, but it was very nice to see how can I work with my hands, or how can art be done technically. So maybe I will explore more this part of art. Yeah, I think at some point I realized the best way to do my portfolio, and then I applied for portfolio reviews with my portfolio, and I got accepted. Two of them were very cool, Hamburg Portfolio Review and New York Portfolio Review, and after Hamburg Portfolio Review I got one photo book publishing house from London, Great Britain. They are interested in my photos, and maybe we'll produce a book together, a photo book about Buryatia. So this is quite a big shift. This is very cool and important, but also very scary, because it's a lot of money. I made two projects. One of them is about history of this place. I was wandering around Szczecin. I was showed by my colleagues and friends signs of past, and I tried to find this sign of pasts and see how they become a landscape of the city or of nature around Szczecin. And another project is more personal. I was reading about Polish people that were exiled to Siberia in the 19th century, so more than 200 years ago. And a lot of them had diaries, and they shared how they missed their homeland, Poland, and they always were looking to the west, where Poland is, and comparing everything to Poland. And I am here in a sort of exile, meaning that I can't go back to Russia. But my home is in Siberia, it's Buryatia, and I'm looking to the east. I'm looking to the east, and I really miss my homeland as well. And just like Polish people, I don't know if I will be ever able to come back. So this was my inspiration, but the project itself is, yeah, it's more personal. It's about my connection with my homeland. This is a project in the form of a photo book, but also you can see some prints here. I was walking and exploring the city and finding things and details, just as I said, that I find beautiful or interesting. And also I think this photo book, it reflects my maybe melancholical, how melancholical I was, and how melancholical maybe the city was, especially during winter time, because I started in December, and January, February, March, April were mostly the months when I took photos. So it's a bit maybe sad and lonely. Maybe the book gives these emotions, but it's honest. And my goal was to find signs of past, as I said, and mostly the signs of past are in the form of old gravestones, German gravestones that you can find in the city and around the city. For example, this one, yeah. The city is, of course, very interesting. It resembles a lot of cities that I've been to. I've noticed that a lot of local people really love to go outside hiking in this beautiful nature. And I think this is very cool, and the nature is amazing and it's very clean. So I respect love of people from Szczecin and area, their love and attention towards nature. And I really hope that with time this nature it will preserve and nothing bad will happen to it. So I'm a migrant in Europe, an Asian migrant, and I don't feel particularly safe in 2025 in Europe, even though I know it's quite safe. Mentally it doesn't feel like this. And I wanted to explore this feeling of being a migrant, being a foreigner, being a forced migrant, maybe in some sort of refugee, but in terms of Asian community. And I want to talk more to people with the same background. I want to explore more Asian communities, not just Russian speaking, but in general Asian. So I hope I would do this research and will present it in a form, in a multimedia form. I don't want to make up, but I think my principles are I really love beautiful things. So to do beautiful things, beautiful, meaningful, respectful things.